Hi there, I'm Anissa Butler, and welcome to the Empathetic Leadership Training with DISC, Understanding Yourself and Leading Others with Insight. This is my instructional design document designed for my mini course, and the mini course itself was designed to address a crucial leadership challenge, which is maintaining emotionally intelligent communication while keeping an emotionally healthy work environment and also meeting business objectives. So, in this overview, I'll walk you through the course's structure, my instructional design document, the purpose, and how all of this equips leaders with actionable skills in empathy, emotional intelligence, and DISC communication. So, I'm going to scroll through my IDD here. Here's the title as well as the knowledge gap. Our target audience can be seen as well as the learner profile, which includes the required demographics, prior knowledge and skills needed for the course, and learning objectives and goals. The course type and modality are included as well. This whole course is a gamification style course utilizing a blended modality of synchronous and asynchronous, which is wonderful. The course learning outcomes are also listed here, and this is followed by our learning objectives for the module. And our learning activities are also included in our IDD. So it's a DISC assessment, reflection, and discussion, interactive DISC style mapping, live session peer role playing, DISC style scenario media videos, and of course the gamification aspect, which is the 3-tier empathy badge system. The assessment strategies are listed here, and our subject matter expert and resources are also included on the IDD, starting with DISC profiles for you, truity.com, which you'll see within the mini course being implemented, used to host our emotional intelligence assessment and our DISC assessment for our learners, District Training Hub, and Leading Age Maryland and Maryland Health Education Institute. The instructional design model choice is included as well. Kolb's experiential learning model as well as ADDIE was used to frame and structure this mini course. As we scroll down, the learning theory is included. Connectivism and andragogy were both utilized for this mini course, and this allows the learner to not only learn from one another within their cohort within the mini course, but it also allows learners to utilize prior information and knowledge in conjunction with what they'll learn in the mini course, which is wonderful. The digital media can be seen here on the IDD. Our flyer and CLO sign up sheet, where it informs those who want to sign up just exactly what they're signing up for. And of course, our digital document that helps explain the 4 DISC styles. Audio files are included. This one summarizes our DISC style PDF, and this audio file is here to help for accessibility purposes sake for this module 1 video. And as well, our talent LMS is the learning management system that is used for this mini course, and I'm going to go ahead and head over to our mini course. Now, the Empathetic Leadership mini course also includes media that has been optimized for quick uploading and just easy interface. So I'm going to give a bit of an example of that as we get into our DISC history lesson. So, for example, images have been optimized and videos have been embedded in order to not only engage the learners, but to ensure that things are smoothly running in our talent LMS system. I'm going to pop over to another lesson, and let's go ahead and pop over to the characteristics of each DISC style. Here is, you'll see that the images uploaded are quickly coming together, and the images are interactive, providing an extra layer of just engagement with the learners. And we also follow that with a video that provide a realistic perspective of each style in various scenarios and just giving a concrete look of what it looks like to work with each DISC style. You'll notice the screencast that we had already mentioned has been embedded. Audio files have been embedded as well, and we're going to scroll back up to that. So audio files are included and just providing some extra context and modality for the course learning videos that have been embedded. And hyperlinks aren't opening in new windows in Talent LMS. Luckily, this platform is structured so that way everything remains within the LMS system itself, which is great, keeps everything compact and consistent. Now, I'm going to toggle over to our preview section so we can take a look at the functionality of the mini course itself. This is easily navigatable. There are continue buttons as well as the easy to find menu option that can be scrolled through. There are defined areas for content, which is amazing. You can separate it by lessons, activities, assessments, and just to keep it organized and cohesive and consistent. The materials are all organized similarly, and alternative text or descriptions for images have been used in the mini course as well. The course also allows, as we mentioned earlier, for the downloading of PDFs, and we can scroll back to that at the beginning. Take a look at some of the files we're able to download and preview. And last but not least, we have our copyright and intellectual property. And of course, we are going with the CC, BY, and C and D. Felt like this was the most appropriate Creative Commons licensing for this mini course. And yeah, no, this has been designed to incorporate UDL policies and accessibility, and all around the principles are followed so that way colors are not being used to signify meaning or anything that's confusing. Everything is very straightforward and just put together. So this is the overview of the Empathetic Leadership course. We're excited to have you on board and just to take part in the assessments and assignments. You're going to leave here an empathetic leader, and we cannot wait. So thank you so much. And here on Talent LMS is where we're housing our mini course. We're going to go ahead and navigate to our first badge or module. As you can see, there are 3 modules to complete the mini course itself. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at Badge 1, Disc Awareness and Comprehension. Now, once you enter the mini course, you'll be greeted with a table of contents which outlines the structure of the module itself. And if you scroll over here to Files, you'll see that you're able to download copies of the PDF of the syllabus, any of the flyers or media that was created, or the audio that was created as well to help with understanding and bridging gaps in that manner. So we're going to scroll over to our course introduction, which once loaded will present the title and course introductory video that warms the learner up to what we will be discussing in the course and in this module. The learning gap is described again, and then course features are also described, as well as the DISC model and behavioral types and other forms of knowledge that we'll be gaining in this mini course. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to our opening screencast, and this provides the course overview, clear directions on how to navigate the website in and of itself, how to navigate Talent LMS, how to reach our syllabus, and just instructions on how to get started with the course on the right foot, a little sneak preview of our discussion questions, and it is all wonderful. So now we're going to scroll down to our course syllabus, and once that loads, you'll see the title and description of the course, as well as the course instructor information. The prerequisites are also a part of it. Who should enroll in the final assignment? It is listed here in our syllabus. The course learning outcomes, key features are also explicitly explained. As we navigate through the course syllabus, we'll find the course structure and modules, which outlines how each module and badge are structured. This is where you'll be able to find the overview of the module, the learning objectives, key topics, activities, and assessments. As we scroll down further, we'll be met with the course delivery format, technology requirements, the late policy, grading policy, the grade scale itself, instructional events and course schedule, which is separated by week, the academic integrity and honesty policy, as well as violations of that policy, guidance on using artificial intelligence within the course, the equity and inclusion commitment, and of course, the conclusion statement. And we're going to go ahead and navigate to our course alignment matrix, which of course outlines the alignment between the module learning objectives and the course learning outcomes. Now, with this in mind, we're able to identify just how the learning activities and assessments support the learning here. So each module learning outcome is gauged and created using Bloom's taxonomy. It targets observable behaviors, so identifying, explaining, altering, and developing are all actionable measures that are demonstrated here. As you can see through our assessments and deliverables, they focus on knowledge application and skill development, which is suitable for leadership training, and the scope is reasonable for a week-long module of this length. And each course learning outcome is matched with at least 2 different module learning outcomes. So for example, course learning outcome 1 is supported by both module learning outcome 1 and module learning outcome 2. And for example, course learning outcome 1 describes that the learner will be able to understand DISC in relation to their own style and the style of peers. And module learning outcome 1 asks that they identify the 4 DISC personality styles and their key characteristics, and module learning outcome 2 asks that they explain what motivates each DISC type and how they respond to challenges and conflict. Now, the assessments, as in terms of the DISC style history quiz, the discussion prompts, and the badge assessments all help lock in that information. The same goes for course learning outcome 2, which asks that each learner understand how to recognize and interact with DISC styles in peers and employees. This is supported by module learning outcome 3, which means allows the learner to alter communication to interact effectively with different DISC styles. And the 5th module learning outcome doesn't seem to be here, but understanding DISC history also helps understand how to recognize and interact with each DISC style. So that is included in here as well. Now, these learning activities that are mentioned within this matrix also have rubrics that make it easy for our learners to gauge how to correctly submit their work and assignments. As you can see, for example, the discussion question has a holistic rubric attached just so that way learners have a bit of some guardrails to follow. And same thing goes for the Module 1 assignment, with interactive images, of course, to make things interesting and engaging. But the rubric also allows each learner to have handlebars as they progress in trying to successfully submit the assignment to pass the course. Now, each discussion question and the assignment actually are based on Bloom's taxonomy. Again, when each question asks the learner to synthesize and analyze the information, to discuss the readings with one another and reflect on both their own personal experiences while curating more answers that reflect the fact that they've gained knowledge from the mini course in and of itself.